Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sweating Geography YouTube channel. I have not seen y'all in a good while, but recently I was watching some Jake Lyons, and I saw his little series on this geography quiz playlist made by Physics is Fun, and I thought, I've been kind of running out of really, interesting or difficult geography quizzes, so I'm going to save watching this, and I want to do it myself first, and I was like, I might as well just make some videos at it. Well, we'll see. I don't know how I'll do on these. I haven't really looked at the questions. I saw one or two on his video before I was like, wait a minute. I want to do this myself first. But I'm hoping I can maybe I can get all of them. We'll see. We're going to do the first 5 of them today. And if you guys would like me to do the rest of them, I would be very much willing. Hopefully we're going to have some fun here, and subscribe, join the Discord down below, and Jake's videos will also be linked in the description if you want to check those out. Please do. I'm sure they're great. I haven't watched them yet, but I'm sure they're great. So go subscribe to him as well. All right, so getting started here. Each of these have a theme, so these are all cities that have changed their name. Not a huge specialty of mine, but I feel like I can probably get most of them. So perhaps the most famous city name change was changed from Constantinople to modern-day Istanbul. What was the city known as prior to 324 CE? So I think the other name for it was Byzantium. The capital of Kazakhstan was known as Astana until March 2019, after which it was renamed as what? It should be Nur-Sultan. There are 4 cities in modern-day Afghanistan that used to be called Alexandria. What is modern name? Okay, I know 2 of them. I think it was Herat and Kandahar. We'll go with Herat. I don't know what the other ones are, frankly, but I know those were both Alexandria. What city is called Gotab, which is Danish for Good Hope, from its founding in 1728 until 1999, for which it adopted its current name. This is Nuuk, Greenland, I believe, yeah. Batavia, the country capital of Dutch East Indies, was officially renamed a few years after national independence on August 17th, 1945. This is Jakarta, meaning place of fish. What city and territorial capital was previously known as Frobisher Bay? I think that's one of the North Canada. I think this is Iqaluit. Okay, good. That's a tough one. I've heard of it though. I obviously have heard of the city, but I've heard Frobisher Bay before. Naniwa is the original name of what major world city named Naniwa still lives on as one of the city's districts, Naniwaku. Obviously it's Japanese. I'm not 100% sure on this one, but it's not Tokyo. So I guess you go Osaka is your, okay, good. What modern capital city was founded in the 7th century BCE by the Phoenicians who called it Oea? That is Tripoli. I'm pretty sure of that. Town of Edwinton, named after Edwin Johnson of the North Pacific Railway, was renamed in 1873 after a foreign hero in order to attract immigrants from another country. Wow. Okay, so North Pacific Railway. I don't know this immediately, but I know the North Pacific Railway. So the ends were Seattle and St. Paul, so it's neither of those. Duluth was also a thing. There was Fargo, Bismarck. Okay, Bismarck works. Nice. What current capital city was known as Salisbury until 1892, 2 years after the country gained independence? This was Harare in Zimbabwe. Moving on to the next row, we got all the ones over here, so some of these have been pretty tough. The Bismarck one, that is hard. A lot of these, Iqaluit, I wouldn't expect very many people to know. The other ones I think are pretty common knowledge. Not really, but these are tough. What is the current name of the city that the Roman Emperor Hadrian founded in Thrace and named Adrianople? Ooh. Hadrian. Was he the guy who did the Turkish conquests or something? Tekirdağ. Edirne. Okay, good. That was also frankly a guess, but between 1848 and 1856, Cidade da Barra do Rio Negro, I'm sorry for my Portuguese pronunciation, was the name of what state capital? I mean, Rio Negro is Manaus, the Black River. If you don't know Manaus, the big one up in the Amazon. What city originally called Karnavati after Chalukya King Karna was renamed by Ahmed Shah the Muzaffarid dynasty, 1411. I see Ahmed and I think Ahmedabad, considering I'm pretty sure it's India. So I guess we go for that. And that's right, good. I mean, that very easily could not have been, but I figured if they're giving you the guy who renamed it, probably going to be to do with that. What city, population 3.5 million, for known as Tiwa or Dihwa, is the most remote city from any sea in the world according to Guinness records? This is Urumqi, very famous Guinness mistake or just kind of weird record that isn't really true. What city known as Pictabus by the Romans was the site of two pivotal battles, 1732 between the Franks and the Umayyad dynasty, and 1356 during the Hundred Years' War. I just watched a video on the 100 Years' War. 1356. I'm trying to think. Also, like Umayyad dynasty got up like halfway through France, I guess. Right? So 1356. What major battles? There's like Orleans, but I don't think that was that time period. Is Poitiers? Yeah. Okay. Good. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but I think that okay. Good. What city at the confluence of Varzab and Kofar-Nahan rivers was known as Stalinabad between 1929 and 1961? This is Dushanbe in Tajikistan. Varzab River, also like a subdivision there, so you can also know that. Plus, this is a pretty famous old name. City of Hanbat, meaning large field in the native language, was named as what during the Joseon dynasty? The current name also means large field in Hanja. Okay, so Hanja, I mean, Joseon, it's South Korea. And Hanja is also the Chinese, like the Hanzi way of writing Korean. But I don't know. Do you just like name Korean cities? I'm going to come back to that one. Because I don't know it. Although what I do know, I think Dai, like this letter combo is field. It's gonna be like Daegu, like Daiguang or Daejeon. Is it? That could be the Daejeon. Is that? Okay, good, nice. I'll take that. 1929, the industrial cities of Barmen and Elberfeld merged and became what city? The largest in Bergisches. I think this is Wuppertal, right? Is that where Bergisches is? Okay, good. What city was built by the Romans in the province of Dalmatia and named Flumen? It was later dedicated to St. Vitus and known by the Germanic tribes who control it as Sankt Veit. Flumen is now Rijeka. Shout out to drafting coach from Rijeka. Fire geographer. The ancient Achaemenid city of Ecbatana is located in modern-day northwest Iran. It is now capital city of province of the same name. Ecbatana, I kind of know where that is. Like, when you say northwest Iran, typically I'd go to, like, Tabriz area, but I think it's further south. So what's the province there? I don't know. I think... Is it Hamadan? I forget how to spell it. Is it like that? Okay, good. Nice. Oh. Hi. Go away. Okay. Well, that's quiz 1. We got 100%. So that's good. Average is 41% apparently. So I guess that's pretty good that we got 100. All right. Now we can go to the second quiz here. Darn tough geography number 2. This one's about bodies of water, so I think I'm probably better at bodies of water than I am old names, although I got 100 on the last one, so that would hopefully mean we can get 100 on this one too. We'll see. Sea west of the Korean Peninsula and north of the East China Sea. That should be the Yellow Sea. North of the Baltic Sea, what gulf separates Finland from Sweden? That is the Gulf of Bothnia. What strait separates South America from Tierra del Fuego? It is known for an early explorer that passed through it. That is the Strait of Magellan. What Great Lake is the largest lake in Northwest Territories of Canada? I think that's Great Bear Lake. Is that larger than Great Slave? Okay, good. I always confuse which one's larger. What sea is located north of the Kuril Islands, east of Sakhalin, and west of Kamchatka? That is the Okhotsk Sea. I just did a daily physical feature write up on Kamchatka, so recent, but also a big sea. What sea in the North Atlantic is formed entirely by ocean currents and has no land borders? That is Sargasso Sea. What sea separates the islands of Mallorca, Menorca, and Ibiza with the Spanish mainland? That is the Balearic Sea, or the Balearic Islands. What lake on the island of Sumatra is the largest volcanic lake in the world? That is Lake Toba. Lake Coquibalca, also known as what? It shares this alternate name with the country it lies in. Well, I mean, namesake with the country makes me think like Nicaragua. Can't think of much else, so yeah, there we go. I don't know. If anyone does happen to know who calls it Lake Coquibalca, is that like a native name or something? I've never heard that. The North Island and South Island of New Zealand are separated by what strait? It should be the Cook Strait. All right, first row done. Cameroon Lake is known for occasionally emitting CO2. It is blamed for an event in 1986 in which 1,746 people suffocated. This is Lake Nyos. I did a whole write-up on like a community post thing, I think, of Lake Nyos and that whole crazy event. Nuts stuff. What is the name of the second largest saltwater lake in the world, found in eastern Kyrgyzstan? This is going to be Issyk-Kul. There was a kid who came to my school like from Kyrgyzstan recently who like lived in Balıkçı, the biggest town on Issyk-Kul. So that's cool. What sea is north of Sulawesi, east of Borneo, and south of Mindanao, connected to the Java Sea by the Makassar Strait? This should be the Celebes Sea. What is the name of the sea that lies directly north of Alaska? That should be Beaufort Sea. Strait separates Prince Edward Island from Nova Scotia. The Northumberland Strait, I want to say. Okay, good. Largest bay in southern Australia, stretching from Adelaide to Esperance, is the most commonly known as what? The Great Australian Bight, right? All right, good. Which sea shares its name with an island chain, which is north of Sumatra and west of the Malay Peninsula? Andaman Sea, I guess. Maybe either of the Rift Valley lakes with English names that lie on the border between Uganda and Democratic Republic of the Congo. I think the two big ones are Lake Albert and Lake Edward. So we'll go for Lake Edward to be quirkier. Yeah, Lake Albert. Okay. The straits on either side of Funen Island are known as Great and Little what? Funen Island's like the middle island of Denmark. And I think it's Great Belt and Little Belt, right? Yep, good. The Sea of Azov is connected to the Black Sea by what strait? The Kerch Strait, right? Okay, good. And that's another 100%. This is going well so far. All right, Darn Tough Geography 3. Now we have subdivisions. This is a strong point of mine. So I'm hoping for 100% on this. If I don't, I'll be kind of sad. U.S. state name for river is thought to mean clear blue water or cloudy water. I think this is Minnesota. Right, yeah. I think it's the Dakota language that comes from. The native like Sioux people or something. The city-state of Berlin, located with what German state? That's Brandenburg. Northwestern Angolan province shares its name with a historic name for a country it borders. That should be Zaire, probably. Yeah, good. If it wasn't going to be that, I was like, I don't know. Like, I learned that Angolan provinces, but that one's pretty gettable even if you don't know it. What county of Norway is the only Norwegian county to border Russia? Appropriately, it also borders Finland. Finnmark. What is the westernmost autonomous community of Spain, lying directly north of Portugal? Should just be Galicia. What northernmost Indonesian province on Sumatra is known for its strict adherence to Sharia law? That should be Aceh. What Eastern Russian oblast shares its name with a river? Oh boy. Amur. Okay. I was like, wait. I was like looking around. I was like, wait, none of these have things named after them. I was getting kind of worried. I was like, is one of the Saka River? Is this something I've never heard of? Name either of the two states that comprise East Malaysia. That should be Sarawak and Sabah. Or Sabah. Toe of Italy's boot, part of what region? That'd be Calabria. The Kathiawar Peninsula, or Kathiawar, I don't know. Lies within what Indian state? Gujarat. Except for a small region that borders Minas Gerais, the Distrito Federal of Brazil lies entirely within what state? That should be Goiás. 11-letter Chilean province lies just north of the province of Atacama and shares the name with a large port city. That would be Antofagasta, I guess. Good. Sorry. Samara is the capital of what Ethiopian region with a predominantly Muslim population. I think, which one's has the Muslim stuff? Not Tigray, not... is it Afar? Okay, good. What Iranian province is the only one with a 3-letter English spelling? Calm, I guess, works, yeah. I think we had that for a question for Geography Jeopardy, or like something very similar to that question. What province of Turkey lies just south of the Sea of Marmara and shares its name with Turkey's 4th most populous city? Sea of Marmara, that's right, south there. Is that Bursa province? Yeah, good. 3 Mexican states have official names that are 2 words. One is Baja California. Name either of the other 2. Quintana Roo and what else? Nuevo Leon. So we'll go Quintana Roo. Okay. Highest level administrative subdivision is Poland, or known as what? This is the voivodeships of Poland. What Japanese prefecture, the southernmost on Kyushu Island, includes 28 small islands south of the mainland? Or main islands. Kagoshima, I think. Yeah. Before the Chinese Civil War, Taiwan was considered to be a part of what modern mainland Chinese province? Which one was it? Was it Zhejiang? No. It was, Fujian? There we go. Good. Costa Rican province shares the name with the 2nd largest city in the country. That's Alajuela. That was recently on GeoGuessr Pointless, I think, right? Okay, good. Another 20 out of 20. So we're 100% so far, 3 quizzes in. We have 2 to go. All right. So, getting started here. Name a country that shares its name with the tallest mountain. Mount Kenya comes to mind. That works. What is the active volcano and tallest mountain in Sicily most recently erupted in 2018? Mount Etna, right? Tallest mountain in Mauna Kea. It's Mauna Kea. I saw Hawaii. Like, how many other... you got, like, Kilauea. I don't know how to say it, but that one, I can't think of many other mountains in Hawaii. What is the tallest mountain in Turkey? Ararat. Mount Catherine in the city of St. Catherine is located in what peninsula? Mount Catherine is the largest mountain in Egypt. This should be the Sinai Peninsula. If it wasn't, I was like, I don't know any other Egyptian peninsulas, so really hope that's it. Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens are notable peaks in what range? That should be Cascades, right? What mountain range is located in the Maghreb? I mean, plenty, but Atlas, I assume, is what you want? Okay, good. K2, the 2nd largest mountain in the world, is what part of what mountain range? It's the Karakoram? No? Wait, I'm almost certain it is. Am I spelling it wrong? Okay, good. I was like, am I stupid? Because I thought that was definitely it. What mountain range, meaning mountains of heaven in Chinese, on the border of China and Kyrgyzstan? This is Tian Shan. Bismarck Range with highest mountain. Mount Wilhelm is looking at what island? That is New Guinea. Mount Wilhelm being the highest point in PNG. All right. 5th most prominent mountain in the world, Pico Cristobal Colon, lies in what country? That is, of course, Colombia. Pico Turquina in the Sierra Maestra range is the highest point of what island? It should be Cuba. Pico Turquina is the highest point, and Sierra Maestra is also very large range there. Kashmastan, a peak on Mount Dena, is the highest peak of what Asian mountain range? Mount Dena, I think, is Iran, but was it like the Alborz? No. What else is around? Zagros. Okay, good. Zagros Mountains. And then what is the highest mountain in Canada and the 2nd highest in North America after Denali? Should be Mount Logan. Piton de Niger. I can't pronounce French. I'm sorry. I try. Is a shield volcano on what southern hemisphere island? I think this is Réunion. Named after a Polish freedom fighter. What is the tallest mountain in Australia? This is Kosciuszko. Man, if you've learned all your national highest points like I have, this quiz is mostly pretty easy. Ellsworth Mountains in Antarctica are split by the Minnesota Glacier to form what 2 mountain ranges? Name either one. I can't name many mountain ranges in Antarctica. I know there's the Heritage Range, so I guess I'm going to go for that. Okay, Good. Sentinel Range was the other one, which I've heard of, but I don't think I was going to get, frankly. Spelling test. What Iceland volcano erupted? Okay. This should be Eyjafjallajökull. Let's see. It takes a yaf? All right, bro. That's so. I wanted to spell it all out. Like, come on, Eyjafjallajökull. That's so much more fun. Physics, if you're watching this, you should take out that type in. You can't say spelling test and then type it in after Eyjaf. 4 out of 5 tallest mountains in Japan have 4-letter names. One is Fuji, and name any of the other 3. Damn. Is it Aino? Okay, good. I was not pulling Kita. I'm bad at Japan, frankly. What is the name of the tallest mountain in the Malay archipelago located in Borneo's Crocker Range? It should just be Mount Kinabalu, right? Okay, good. And that's another 20 out of 20. All right, okay, so let's see if we can get 20 out of 20 on the last one here. All right, last one we're going to do today. We are 100% going into the last quiz. I'm hoping we can maintain that. All right, let's go. What city dating to 903C is the second largest city in Algeria? This should be Oran. What coastal city wait, what's the category? Okay, it's coastal cities. All right. Coastal city in northwestern Senegal shares its name with a major U.S. city. St. Louis. No? Okay. I was like, wait, what? La Ceiba La Ceiba is in Honduras. And the other one too are, but La Ceiba is the main one that I think people would know. What city is located on Guanabara Bay? The bay is banned by the President Costa e Silva. This is Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro. I think I probably still screwed up that pronunciation. I tried. Siogwipo lies on the opposite side of the island from what city is it named the island? So this is Jeju. What large Indonesian city on the southwest Sulawesi borders a strait of the same name? Makassar, I guess. Good. What is the largest city of Cameroon? Originally named Cameroonstadt by the Germans. I did not know it was formerly called that, but this should be Douala. Good. What is the largest settlement on Svalbard? Longyearbyen. Good. What Polish seaport on the Baltic Sea is only 20 kilometers north of Gdansk? So I would have said Gdansk if you didn't give me that, but I guess it's Tigdanya. What southern Turkish resort city was founded by King Attalus II of Pergamon? What? Turkish resort city. What's the resort? A lot of. Did someone in my Discord go to like Antalya? Okay, good. I was like, that was not a lot of clues. But I think someone in my Discord at some point mentioned something in their travel where they were going to Turkey and someone asked where it was. And I think it was Antalya. I hope that conversation happened, right? I'm glad I got that because I wouldn't have had a lot more guesses. I mean, I could name plenty of Turkish coastal cities, but that would be, frankly, not the point of the quiz. The capital city lies on the Absheron Peninsula. The capital's not lying on the ocean coast. This is Baku. The little outjut it's got in the Caspian Sea there. The world's largest sea bridge, the Jiaozhou Bridge, Bay Bridge, lies in what major city? Is that... Dude, my China is so bad. It's like one of the Qings, right? Qingdao? Good, okay. Mexican resort cities on the southern dip of Baja California Sur is Cabo San Lucas. What Argentinian provincial capital city is often known as the southernmost city in the world? This should just be Ushuaia, right? What Mozambique port city, the mouth of the Pungwe River, was news in heavy flooding? Oh shoot, I don't know this. Wait, why don't I know? Oh my god, no. Pungwe River. Like Bera? Yes, okay. Nice. What coastal city in Donetsk Oblast was known as Zhdanov? I did not know it was called that. But Donetsk Oblast coastal city, Mariupol comes to mind. Okay, good. What is the largest city in Bulgaria on the Black Sea? It should be Burgas or Varna. I think Varna is larger. What coastal city in the third largest city in Lithuania? I think this is Klaipėda, because Utena, I think... No. Is Utena or Kaunas larger? I don't know. I wish... I mean, coastal, it's got to be Klaipėda. But I can't remember whether... I think it's Kaunas that's second. Renamed in 2016, what is this current name of Barrow, Alaska? Utqiagvik. What Republic of the Congo port city was named after Portuguese sailors who saw black rocks during the shoreline? This is Pointe-Noire. Okay, and that's 100% on all 5. I'm actually quite surprised I got that. I guess I want to go like watch and see how Jake did. I feel like he probably got close to 100% too. Some of these were tough, but I he's really good. So I think he probably got. You get let me know how you guys do on these. Well, I guess at this point you probably watched the video, so it's not really super applicable. But if you did this before the video, let me know how you did. Join the Discord, all of the various advertising things. Have a great day, everyone, and as always,